Welcome back to Southwest Yard and Garden. I'm Curtis Smith. We've returned to the Rio Grande Botanic Garden and are again visiting with Dale Sukari, who's going to show us some of the plants that are grown in the collection here, which are appropriate, either native or well adapted to growing in different regions of New Mexico, which will be good in our landscapes.
Welcome back, definitely. The whole garden actually is designed to follow the path of a drop of water from northern New Mexico all the way through the Gulf of Mexico. And the plant communities represented here are following the same theme. So we have representation from plant communities in northern New Mexico to central New Mexico to southern New Mexico. And the plants that cannot take our winter, like say the lower part of the Chihuahuan Desert around Las Cruces and further south, are housed in the Desert Conservatory. The rest of the plants, as you see, they start with the northern New Mexico, like the columbines, the mallows, the pentstemons, all the way into the Apache plumes and the yuccas. Now we're going to transition from the northern New Mexico area to the central New Mexico area, and you can see that the vegetation itself changes characteristics, and we go from larger trees to smaller shrubby trees, one of which is this one. This is the scrub live oak, and it's a very good tree for dry landscape where you don't have to give it any supplemental water once it's established. And you can see that it has the characteristic oak leaf on it, and right now actually it's in bloom. I don't know if you can find some of the blossoms.
And I noticed even the little acorns are forming right here.
Right.
So,
and it's a good tree because it doesn't have too many enemies, diseases or insects. It stands a lot of harsh environment, and it's a very good tree for landscape.
And it's pretty.
It is. And then from here, we'll go to the escarpment area where we have other larger trees, different type of grasses and plants, but we also have the geological representation of that area with the lava rocks that is in that area of New Mexico.
Well, let's go look at them.
Let's go.
Well, Dale, now we're really in the escarpment. This is full of pretty plants. These are native?
Right. Most of these plants that you see here are native and very strong growers, like this locust right here.
Black locust?
Black locust is native, and it has those white clusters of flowers. The pinon is the state tree, and it has economic value, obviously.
There's something right here.
The red pentstemon, and right next to the pentstemon is the chocolate flower, and I think you can smell the chocolate, and that's why they call it so.
Right. Move through some other things. Here's some more locust.
Right.
Creates a little shade along the way. That's nice.
It is very nice.
I see the sage, the cherry sage over here.
Right. That's one of the salvias that we have here, and we have different color blooms on it. And of course, this is the false indigo, and you can see that it has a lot of blooms to it, and it's got a different texture to the foliage too.
It looks like we've just really missed the best bloom, though.
Right. It's a little bit late for it right now.
I smell something good.
Oh, I bet I know what you're talking about.
Ah, there it is. Okay. Yes, I like the cliff rose. Well, Dale, we're in what is appropriate for southern New Mexico now. It's a good representation of that. It's rocky.
That's right. It's a drier area. The soil is different. And you can see that the plantation itself has changed too from the sages like this Salvia greggii that we have. But in the meantime, it is dry environment, but it's very colorful still.
Right.
The Hesperalway, this is like the yellow blooming one. There is another one that's red blooming. And we also can see that there is a lot of different types of yuccas and different types of cacti. The prickly pear, for example, with different kind of plates from the green blue to the purple. And to the hedgehogs, and when they bloom, you can see how colorful they are.
People don't realize a cactus can be so beautiful.
It sure can.
When they're blooming, they're spectacular.
Absolutely. And then we have another example of a blooming plant that's ideal for rock gardens and for this kind of application. And it comes in this purple color or yellow, and it does very, very well even under dry conditions here.
In the really southern part of the state, there are others, some of which are more annual, but bright orange and reds.
That's right.
But beautiful creeping plant for a rock garden.
Right. And then your favorite plant, the pentstemon, again. It grows everywhere from northern New Mexico to southern New Mexico with different color flowers and different shapes of leaves.
You got the red one here and a purple one up there.
Right.
Really pretty. And I notice you've got the ocotillo getting ready to bloom, desert willows doing well. Dale, this is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
You need to come see it.